Out of every face tonight, my finger stopped on yours. Do not look behind you. Do not turn your head. There is no one else in this room I am speaking to right now. Only you. You think this video found you by accident. You think the title caught your eye by chance. You think your thumb scrolled and stopped at random. But I am telling you tonight, I lifted your hand. I slowed your scroll. I drew your eyes to these exact words because there is something I have been waiting to say to you for a very long time, and I will not let one more night pass without saying it. You are one of my selected children. I know how that sounds. I know there is a voice already rising in your chest saying, "Not me. He cannot mean me. He must mean someone else." I know because I have heard that voice in you 1,000 times. Every time you walked into a room and shrank a little. Every time you sat at a table where no one saved you a seat. Every time you saw the group photo and noticed you were standing at the edge. Every time the message you sent went unread. Every time the phone did not ring on the day you needed it most. Every time someone you loved chose another over you. Every time you smiled at strangers who never remembered your name afterward. That voice has whispered to you for years that you are forgettable, that you are interchangeable, that you are background, that you are filler in someone else's story. Hear me now. I am stopping that voice tonight. You were not background to me on the day I made you. You were the moment my hands paused. You were the breath I held. You were the one I leaned in for. There are billions of souls walking this earth right now, and out of every single one of them, I am pointing at you. Not because you are louder, not because you are stronger, not because your name is on any list that the world keeps, but because I have always seen what no one else bothered to look at. I want you to listen carefully. There is something building around your life right now, and you cannot feel it yet, but I see it. I see it the way a farmer sees the rain coming before the first cloud arrives. I see it the way a mother knows her child is at the door before the lock turns. Something is moving in your direction. Something has already been set apart for you. And before I show you what is coming, I need you to first understand something about who you are to me. You are chosen, not in the way the world uses that word, not in the cheap, fading way that comes with applause and then disappears when the crowd moves on, not in the temporary way of a contest where one is picked and the rest are sent home. No, you are chosen the way a jeweler reaches into a bowl of 1,000 stones and lifts up the one. You are chosen the way a shepherd, looking at a flock of countless sheep, sets his staff on the shoulder of one and says, "This one is mine." You are chosen the way a father, standing on the porch for years, finally sees the silhouette of his child coming up the road and runs. I have been on that porch for you a long time. You may not have realized how many times I called your name today. I called you in the song that played as you sat in traffic. I called you in the strange thought that came to you while you washed the dishes. I called you in the way you suddenly remembered, for no reason, a verse from your childhood. I called you in the kindness of a stranger who held the door longer than they needed to. I called you in the moment you almost cried in the grocery store and did not know why. I have been calling you in 100 small voices because my selected ones are never reached by accident. They are reached by relentless, patient, holy pursuit. If you can hear me right now, even a little, type these words: I am chosen. Type them not because the screen is asking you. Type them because heaven is listening, and I want to hear your voice agree with what I have already declared over you. Now let me tell you what I have seen. I have seen the nights you laid in bed, too tired to cry but too heavy to sleep. I have seen the questions you asked the ceiling. Why am I here? Does anyone really see me? Will it always feel like this? I want you to know I was in that room. I was sitting on the floor beside the bed. I was closer to you than your own breath. You were not alone in those nights. You only thought you were because the darkness made my presence quiet. But I was there. And I was choosing you again and again, even when you had no strength to choose yourself. I have seen the times you put on a face before you walked out the door. Not the surface mask the world thinks it sees something deeper, the quiet face. The "I'm fine" face. The face that has practiced for so long it almost forgets there is another one underneath. You have carried a private grief that no one in your life fully knows. You have carried a private hope that you have stopped speaking out loud because every time you said it, life seemed to laugh at you. You have buried prayers like seeds in dry ground and walked away wondering if any of them would ever grow. Hear me, they grew. Every one of them grew. You just have not seen the field yet. There is a harvest with your name on it. There is a field, already green, already heavy, already swaying in the wind, and it belongs to no one else. I marked it for you the day you spoke the first of those prayers, and while you were certain nothing was happening, while you were preparing yourself for another disappointment, while you were lowering your expectations because hope had cost you too much before I was working, quietly, patiently, without applause, the way I do everything for my selected ones. You see, the ones I select are rarely the ones the world celebrates first. They are the ones the world walks past, the ones who do the small things that no one ever thanks them for, the ones who give and give and give and never see the gift return in the way they expected, the ones who pray in the closet when no camera is rolling, the ones who keep showing up even when nobody is keeping track, the ones who forgive when no one ever apologized, the ones who carry heavy stories behind quiet smiles. The world does not know how to recognize my selected ones, but heaven does. And tonight, heaven is recognizing you. I want you to do something. Do not skip this. Wherever you are right now, place your hand over your heart. Just for a moment, feel it. That heartbeat, that steady, faithful, unstoppable rhythm is not random. That is the drum I have been playing inside you since before you were born. Every beat is a word in a sentence I have been speaking your whole life. Chosen, 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 chosen. Listen to it. The rhythm has never stopped. Even when you did not believe in yourself, your heart did not stop confessing what heaven knows about you. If you feel that, if you feel even one tear rising, do not hide it. Let it come. The tears of my selected ones are not weakness. They are recognition. They are the soul finally saying, after all this time, someone sees me. Someone has always seen me. Now listen, because something is shifting. There are seasons in the life of my selected ones that look exactly like loss. They look exactly like rejection. They look exactly like delay. The world looks at those seasons and assumes the person has been forgotten. The person sometimes looks at themselves the same way. But I want you to understand what those seasons really are. They are the quiet years before I lift you up. They are the deep roots I drive down into your soul before I let the wind of my favor blow on the branches above. If I had given you everything you asked for at the time you asked for it, you would not have survived the weight of what I am about to give you next. That is why the door stayed closed for so long. That is why the answer did not come the year you expected. That is why the relationship ended. That is why the job fell through. That is why the friend disappeared. That is why the plan you were so sure about collapsed in your hands. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. I was hiding you the way a jeweler hides a stone in a velvet pouch before the day of the showing. The world thought you had been put away. They did not understand. You were being kept. You were not rejected. You were reserved. Say it with me, gently, in your own voice. I was not rejected. I was reserved. There is a difference, a vast, holy difference. Rejection means thrown away. Reserved means set aside for something better. The world has been throwing things at you that look like rejection, so that you would forget you were reserved. But tonight I am tearing that lie out of the soil of your mind, root and stem. You were never the one who got left behind. You were the one who was being kept for what is about to come. And what is about to come, child, listen, is bigger than what you have been bracing yourself to receive. You have been praying for crumbs because life trained you to. You have been asking for survival because you have been so tired you forgot you were allowed to ask for anything more. You have been settling for, just get through the week because dreaming felt dangerous. But the selected ones are not given crumbs. The selected ones are given tables. Tables with their names carved into the wood. Tables prepared in front of the very people who said you would never sit anywhere honored. There is a table being set for you right now. I want you to feel that. Somewhere, in a part of your future you cannot see yet, chairs are being pulled out. Plates are being laid. A seat is being prepared with your name carved into the back of it. And every person who said you did not belong, every voice that told you to be smaller, every door that closed in your face, every silence that wounded you, they will not be the ones who pull out that chair for you. I will, with my own hands. I will say, sit down. This was always yours. If your soul can feel this, type it. Here I am. Just those 3 words. Type them slowly. Let your fingers say what your mouth has not had the courage to say, because the moment a selected one says, here I am, all of heaven leans forward. Now I have to tell you something harder, because my love does not flatter. My love tells the truth. The reason you have felt so heavy lately is not because you are weak. It is because something is trying to convince you to abandon what I have set apart for you right before it arrives. There is a particular kind of exhaustion that comes only to the ones standing at the edge of breakthrough. It is not random. It is not because you are doing something wrong. It is because the very thing that has fought you for years senses that its time is running out. And in its final hours, it is trying to wear you down so completely that you walk away from your own harvest with the gate already open. I will not let that happen. Not to one of mine. I want you to look at your life with new eyes for a moment. The strange resistance you have been facing, the sudden problems that came out of nowhere, the relationships that started getting harder for no reason, the unexplained anxiety that visits you at 3 in the morning, the voice that has been telling you, give up, it is too late, nothing will change, you are too old, you are too far gone, you missed your time. That voice is not the voice of truth. That voice is the panic of something that knows it is about to lose you forever. Do not listen to it tonight. Do not listen to it tomorrow. Do not listen to it the day your breakthrough arrives in a form you did not expect. Because here is what is happening right now, in places you cannot see. Names that closed doors against you are being moved out of the rooms where decisions about your life are made. People are being repositioned. Hearts are being softened in those who once hardened against you. A phone number you have not thought about in years is going to ring. A door you stopped knocking on is going to open from the inside. A check, a call, a yes, a sudden mercy that has no human explanation. These things are not theories. They are not maybes. They are appointments that have been written into your calendar by my own hand, and the date is approaching. You have not missed your moment. Your moment is walking toward you. Some of you watching are old enough to think the best parts of your life are behind you. Hear me carefully. Among my selected ones, I have a particular love for those the world calls too late. Sarah was too late. Abraham was too late. Moses was too late. The thief on the cross beside me was, by every human measure, far too late. And yet not one of them was past my reach. Not one of them was past my purpose. I am writing chapters in lives the world has already closed the book on. And if you are still breathing, your book is still open. Say it, my book is still open. I have not finished writing your story. The most beautiful pages have not even been turned yet. The chapter that contains the moment your eyes widen, the moment you realize what I was doing all along, the moment you laugh out loud because you finally understand that chapter is not in your past. It is ahead of you. You will look back at this exact night, this exact video, this exact moment of holy interruption, and you will say, that was the night God turned the page. I want to whisper something to you that I rarely say. Lean in. I have been proud of you. Not because you have been perfect. You have not been. None of my selected ones are. But because in the dark, when no one was clapping, you still got up. Because when the prayer felt useless, you still whispered it. Because when the church seat was empty around you, you still came. Because when faith felt like sand slipping through your fingers, you still made a fist and held on. Because when you had every reason to walk away from me, something deeper in you would not let you. That something is the thread I tied to your soul before you were born. That thread is unbreakable, and tonight I am pulling you home by it. You are coming home in this season, to peace, to purpose, to provision, to the version of yourself I always saw, even when no one else did, even when you did not. Now, I need to tell you one more thing. This is important. Do not miss it. The selected ones have a calling, and this is why the enemy has fought you so hard for so long. There is someone you have not even met yet, or someone you have known for years and not yet recognized, whose deliverance, whose hope, whose return to faith, whose entire life is bound up in your survival of this season. If you give up now, they do not receive what was meant to flow through you. But if you stand up even on shaking legs, even with tears still on your face, and you say, "I am one of his selected ones," then I will use you to reach a soul that no one else could reach. Because I do not select my children only for their own blessing. I select them to become rivers, and rivers do not exist for themselves. They exist for everything growing on their banks. There are lives growing on your banks. You may not see them yet. You will. If you can receive this, if you believe even a little of what I am saying tonight, type the word chosen. I want to see your declaration. I want to see you raise your voice, even silently, against every lie that has told you that you do not matter. Type it boldly. Type it like someone who has finally taken back what was always theirs. Now let me speak softer, because what I have to say next is tender. There is a wound in you that no human has ever fully touched. You have learned to live around it. You have built rooms in your soul that root everyone away from that door. Even the people who love you most have not been allowed inside. Sometimes you cannot even go in there yourself, because the pain of remembering would undo you. I see that room. I have always seen that room. And tonight, I am not asking you to open it on your own. I am asking you to let me go in first. I will sit in that room. I will sit in the corner where the worst thing happened. I will sit in the silence where the words were never said. I will hold the version of you who has been crying there alone for years. The little one, the forgotten one, the one who learned too young that the world is not always safe, the one no one bent down to comfort, the one who had to grow up before they were ready. I am with that one tonight, and I am telling them what no one told them then. You are chosen. You always were. The thing that happened was not because you were unworthy. It was not because you were not enough. It was not because love forgot to come for you. Love was on the way the whole time. Love is here now. If anyone watching needs to hear that, for the wounded child still living inside you, let the tears come. There is no shame in this room. This is my room. And in my room, the tears are not weakness. They are the water that cleans the wound at last. You are healing tonight. Whether you feel the full force of it now, or you wake up tomorrow and notice the heaviness is lighter than it has been in years, healing is happening. Selected ones are not just chosen for blessing, they are chosen to be made whole. I am not finished with the work in you. I am not finished with the restoration of your peace. I am not finished with the rebuilding of what was broken in you long before you ever had words for it. I am restoring what the years took. I am restoring what people took. I am restoring what you, in your own younger pain, took from yourself. The man or woman of God you were always meant to be, that person is not a fantasy. That person is real, and they are emerging. Slowly, surely, unstoppably. The mirror you have looked into for years and not quite recognized you will recognize yourself again. The light that you used to carry, that you thought you lost somewhere along the road, it was never lost. It was sleeping. I am waking it up. There is so much ahead of you. I wish you could see what I see. I see the morning a year from now, when you wake up and realize the dread is gone. The thing that used to greet you the moment your eyes opened, that low gray cloud that sat in your chest before your feet even touched the floor, it will be gone. You will lie there for a moment and notice the strange quiet inside you, the peace where the panic used to live. You will not know exactly when it left. You will only know it left, the way a fever breaks, the way ice melts, and you do not see the moment it became water. I see the conversation you do not yet know is coming. The one where someone says the thing your soul has been waiting your entire life to hear. The exact words, the exact tone, the exact arms opening. I have written that scene already. You will live it. I see the financial breath that is coming for those of you who have been holding it in for far too long. I see the bills that will be paid in ways you cannot currently imagine. I see provision walking up the road toward your house, with your name on its mouth. Not because you earned it by being perfect, you did not, but because you are mine, and I take care of mine. I see the relationships that are about to be restored. The conversation that has been frozen for years is about to thaw. The phone call is going to come. The apology you stopped waiting for is going to arrive. And in some cases, yes, hear me, you will be the one who is given the strength to release the offense even before the apology comes. Because the selected ones learn the secret of carrying nothing into the new season except what I give them. I see the dream you stopped dreaming about. I have been keeping it. I did not throw it away when you put it down. I picked it up off the floor of your discouragement, and I have been holding it for you the way a parent holds a child's drawing. They were too embarrassed to keep. It is still here. It is still beautiful. And when you are ready, I will hand it back to you with no judgment in my eyes. Some of you are about to step into rooms you were never qualified to enter. Some of you are about to be given platforms you never asked for. Some of you are about to receive influence that scares you because you have spent so long being invisible that being seen feels almost unbearable. Let me promise you something. I will not put weight on you that I do not also put strength under you to carry. Whatever I open in front of you, I open the strength to walk through it at the same moment. Are you still with me? Are you still listening? Do not click away. Do not let the noise of life pull you out of this conversation. There are only a few more minutes left, and what I am about to say next is the heart of why I drew you here tonight. Here it is. You are not a mistake. Your existence is not an accident. The day you were conceived was not a problem to be solved. The family you were born into, the country, the body, the timing, none of it was random. Even the parts that hurt you, even the parts that should not have happened, even the parts I will redeem in ways you have not yet imagined. I did not design the pain, but I never lost the design. The design is still being built. You are still being built. And the final unveiling, the moment when even you look at your own life and gasp, is closer than you know. The selected ones are revealed in their time, not too early, not too late, in their time. You may have wondered why your time has felt so long. It is because what I am putting into you cannot be rushed. The kind of soul I am forming in you is not made in a season of ease. It is made in fire, in pressure, in waiting, in tears, in midnight prayers, in unspoken loneliness, in the quiet hours when there was no one to perform for. The version of you that is being formed in this hidden chapter will be the version that walks into rooms and changes them just by entering, not because you became someone louder, because you became someone real. Real ones are rare. The world is starving for real ones. You are being made into one. So when you feel the next wave of doubt, when the old voices try to come back, when life sends one more thing to convince you that you have been forgotten, I want you to remember this exact moment. I want you to remember that on this night, on this date, in this hour, you were watching this video, and heaven leaned in, and the one who flung the stars said your name and pointed at you. You are one of my selected children. This is not the only message I will send you. I will keep speaking. I will keep coming. I will keep meeting you in songs, in strangers, in sudden quiet moments, in dreams, in the verse that jumps off the page when your eyes pass over it. I will not stop pursuing you. I never have. I never will. If you have made it this far, I want you to know something. You did not make it this far by accident. Most people would have clicked away by now. Most people would have let the noise win. But you stayed. You stayed because there is something in you that knows its own name when heaven calls it. That something is not weakness. That something is the deepest part of you, the part the world has tried to bury and failed to bury. That part recognized me tonight. That part said, "This is for me." You were right. It was for you. Before I go, let me leave you with this. Tonight, before you sleep, find a moment to be still, even if it is just for 1 minute. Sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and listen for the rhythm in your chest one more time, the drum of my choosing. The unbroken sentence of every heartbeat saying chosen, 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 chosen. Let it be the last sound you fall asleep to. Let it be the first sound you wake to. And let it become the truth that walks into every room ahead of you for the rest of your life. You are chosen, not because of who you were on your best day, not in spite of who you were on your worst, simply because I, who needed no reason at all, looked across the whole of creation, and I picked you. I picked you. If your heart can say it back to me one final time. Just whisper it where you are. I pick you too, Lord. Because the selection is never one-sided in the kingdom of heaven. I selected you long ago. Tonight is the night you select me back. Stay close to me this week. Watch what I do. Pay attention to the small confirmations that will start arriving, the song that plays, the verse that finds you, the kindness that comes from a direction you did not expect, the door that quietly opens. These are not coincidences. These are love letters from the one who chose you before the foundations of the world. I will see you in your morning. I will see you in your evening. I will see you in the unexpected middle of your day. And remember, when life gets loud again, when fear tries to climb back up onto the throne it lost tonight, when the old voice whispers, "You have been forgotten," answer it with the only words, "It cannot survive." I am one of his selected ones. He picked me out of all of them, and I am going home to everything he has prepared. Now go, walk in this, sleep in this, wake in this, live in this. You are mine. You always were. You always will be.